What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, a day or two later than normal because I did some traveling in Louisiana and Mississippi, but we're back for the weekly rotation and got my share of compliments. We were a lot of places in the two states and got some compliments at Buc-ee's, got some compliments at the casino, got some compliments at restaurant, some powerful, affordable stuff. It's on the tail end of this week on into next week's rotation because I ended up wearing those. So I only brought Nitro Red, both Nitro Reds, and two Club Anyway Intense Mans was all I brought on the trip with me. So I was rotating those in and out, and compliments. They work. I don't know what to tell you, but we've got an interesting weekly rotation here with some newer stuff to the collection. A lot of newer stuff to the collection. So we're gonna dive into it. It's week number 276. Stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is a brand new release. Rabon, Drop the Paco. Million, Drop the One. We've got Rabon Million Gold Elixir, one of the new releases. And yeah, I like it better than the original Million Gold. It's still weird. Paco Rabanne 1 Million Gold Elixir. It's more of a mouthful, but it just sounds right. Rabon Million Gold Elixir, it just doesn't sound right. Okay, you drop Paco. Why are we dropping the 1 from 1 million? Nobody that's into it's gonna be like, about time they needed to do that. It's just fucking stupid. But whatever, it is what it is. We got to deal with it, right? Some of you will be like, oh, it's no big deal. It's really not a big deal. It's just weird. Why? Why? Anyways, smells like lemon bars and woods. It's a sweet citric wood. It's not lemon. I don't think it is. I think it's orange or something like that. But the way the vanilla and the sandalwood come across, because I do get the three main notes that they tell you are here. It's a sweet wood fragrance, basically. It's a sweet fragrance. What do you expect from Rabanne? I do think it's superior to Million Gold. Not by a wide margin, but that one had to grow on me. This one I like from the very first spray. This is a good fragrance. If you like the line, like Million Gold, just like Paco Rabanne. Yeah, I said Paco Rabanne. Paco Rabanne. If you like that, it's just floating in the air. It smells so good. You'll probably like this. If you like sweet designers, you'll probably like this. If you can't stand sweet designers, oh, you're going to run across the internet hating on this one. If you're that type. Or if you're the logical type and you're just like, I don't like it, and you move on with your life. I'd advise that. Good. It's really good, actually. If you like sweet designers, we're a sweet designer household, so this is a hit here in this household. I would encourage trying it. It's already at discounters. That's how I grabbed this 50 ml during the day. Lemon bars, sweet vanillic citric woods. Rabanne Million Gold Elixir. Then I got the shower. Those of you that watch the weekly rotation on a regular basis have gotten used to seeing Sphinx Beard, Caribbean Island, and Paris Corners Coconut Lagoon. You see that juice level dropping. I did shave while we were traveling, but I didn't bring this with me. You won't even know it. I don't even remember which day it was. I think it was Sunday. I think it was Sunday, so it wouldn't even be in this week anyway. But I love this fragrance. I absolutely love this fragrance. And never fails. I always see some comment at some point from somebody. I would say 1 out of every 10 comments I get I smell no coconut whatsoever. It just smells like candy citrus, sugar citrus, and because it's a candied coconut too. I'm telling you, the conditioning of viewers in this hobby in the social media space, the conditioning of their minds, more people are sheep than not. I hope all of you watching this are not sheeple. But just because it doesn't smell like fucking sunscreen, that doesn't mean it's not an artificial. This smells like artificial candied coconut. I keep trying my damnedest. Not everybody eats Almond Joy. I don't like Almond Joy. My wife does. That's how I'm so familiar with it. She's a fan. She's got a big bag of the Grabs little fun size Almond Joys. And she likes to, have 1 or 2 here and there. A bag of that lasts her way longer than a bag of candy would last me. Especially while I'm cutting. Oh boy, I could go for some sweets. But candied coconut, candy bar coconut, artificial, not authentic. fantasy coconut note. I don't know how else to describe it. It's not gonna smell like fucking sunscreen. It's not. It's not gonna smell like cocoa butter. It's not gonna smell like suntan lotion. It's not gonna smell like coconut shavings, like authentic real coconut. It doesn't smell like that. So this is the one argument I will say in favor of those people. If you've never had an artificial candied coconut of some sort, a coconut candy, anything like that, then yeah, it may not. You may be like, I don't smell coconut at all. That's the other side of the sword. That's also so I'll argue for it as well as against hard. I'll argue hard against it, but as well as I'll give a fair, well-reasoned argument on why somebody may not think it smells like coconut. Aside from that, it smells like freaking Skittles, like literally the green, yellow, and orange Skittle, because that caramel note's a sugar note. It doesn't smell like caramel. With a soft vanilla. He makes it a little creamy later in the dry down, but it straight up smells like Skittles and Almond Joy's coconut. It's amazing. And when you combine it with the Virgin Island Water Cologne for the shave set, this is the aftershave splash, smell like a pina colada and a bag of Skittles. It's absolutely amazing. Now, I would like to strongly suggest, and nobody fucking pays attention. The people that make these comments, they don't pay attention. So I'm gonna say this. They're gonna look at my face. They're gonna hear the words. It's not gonna stick. If you have never had a candied coconut and you're going into this expecting coconut, don't buy this damn fragrance, please, because I don't want to read anymore. It doesn't smell like coconut. It does. It's not the coconut you're looking for. It's not the coconut you're looking for. It's not the coconut you're looking for. Okay? But for the rest of you, it's fucking incredible. You should really check this out. Out the shower, Paris Corners Coconut Lagoon in Sphinx Beard, Caribbean Island. Moving into Monday, shout outs to Dylan, longtime subscriber, for hooking me up with this. This is Coach's best men's fragrance, and I went with the original Out the Shower, but during the day, Coach For Men Eau de Parfum, the newest release. So this is wildly redundant to a lot of fragrances you guys probably have, though. That's the one downside to it. It does start off with a little bit of this, minus the fruits. This is the original Coach For Men. I wore this out the shower, by the way, the original Coach For Men. It smells like Coach, but it also smells like it's mixed with Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Up top, smells more like that peppered shower gel Sauvage Eau de Parfum. As it settles, turns into Sauvage Elixir, more leaning towards Raja Apex Eau de Parfum. There's this green, herbal, almost fougere-like facet to it. It's not just woods and spices. There's this green herbal feel as well, which Apex has way more greens than something like Sauvage Elixir. So kind of a cross between them. So if you say, oh, I smell Sauvage Elixir, I get it. I'm not arguing against that. I totally get it. But if you're familiar with Apex, you'll notice the greenery makes it lean a little bit more to that side, but still kind of in between Sauvage Elixir and Apex Eau de Parfum. It's basically a designer take, a more affordable designer take, because retail on this was $90. It'll get cheaper quicker. It'll hit discounters and it'll get cheaper. This is a 60 ml. Both of these are 60 mls. If you like this, yeah, there's no guarantee you'll like this, because you lose the pear and the kumquat from this. That fruitiness is kind of everything in this. You get fruity fresh without fruity sweet from this. But this is spectacular. Above average longevity, too. Not a strong performer in projection. It settles down after about an hour and a half. Slightly above average. As far as projection, not a beast or anything. I wouldn't call it moderate heavy. It leans to moderate heavy for about an hour and a half, and then, moderate to mild sillage. It calms down a good bit, but this is damn good. I do believe this is Coach's best fragrance for men. During the day, the new, some are calling it Coach Black. I totally get it. It's a piano black bottle, but Coach For Men Eau de Parfum. And like I stated before, the original Coach For Men Eau de Toilette. I think an underloved, underappreciated fragrance these days. This doesn't have the level of suede, which I forgot to mention. A lot of that suede, they call it Morocco leather, I believe, but it's like heavy suede. If you're familiar with the suede accord in Coach Platinum, it's like they took whatever oils they made that accord with and threw in this formula. Forgot to mention that, a lot of leather. That's a difference maker from the Sauvage Elixir stuff I was talking about. It's telling you, this is really good. This is Coach's best fragrance for men. And I think the original is their second best. I like it more than Platinum Blue, Green, Open Road is really good, though. Coach, give him a shot. If you like versatility and smells really good, but don't have beast mode aspirations in performance, if you can live without beast mode, which some of you cannot, so avoid. If you need to have it, if you need 12 hours, smell me from across the street, avoid all Coach men's fragrances. There's not one that exists for you. But if you're just looking for a good olfactive experience with kind of a below average to above average longevity and projection, depending on the fragrance, Coach For Men EDT out the shower, really good during the day. Coach For Men EDP. Moving into Tuesday, this like breathtaking to me. I gave it a 9.75 out of 10. I stand by it. In the vein of a Nishane Ani, but much, much more animalic. There's this funky, musky smell to it, a little bit of smoke. Yeah, it's, I think, far superior to something like Nishane Ani. I don't mean it smells just like it. I had somebody say, oh, it's like $100 to $120. That's a lot for a cologne. When I say like Ani, it's to paint you a picture, to give you an idea of what similar style to go with. This does not smell exactly like Ani. This is Perroy Goldfawn. I was blown away by this. I gave it a 9.75, almost a perfect 10. I don't just whore out the 10s like a lot of content creators. They like something and it's a 10 out of 10. I don't do that shit. It's got to be truly special for me. May not be the same for you. Raja Parfums Solar Blue, Zaharoff Signature Seraphine Blue. The only two 10 out of 10s I've ever given, because they are literally, for me, the person as an individual, not the masses, a perfect 10 out of 10. See what I'm saying? So for me, the individual, not for the masses, 9.75. This is remarkable. So freaking good. Because I love vanilla in woods. I love spices, and I like animalics. You get plenty of that. They only list vanilla, cedar, sandalwood. And it is so much more than that. It is so much. You can't, if you smell this, you'd be like, that's not everything. When you look at that note breakdown. So good. The quality's fantastic. It's an affordable niche brand. They're not crazy expensive. And it's not just some clone. To the genius that said that. He replied, my apologies, should have said inspired. No. Tomato, I guess. But yeah, this is not just some direct clone. It walks a path of relatability to Ani, but while Ani is still my favorite niche Ani fragrance, if you want a cleaner, spicy, woody vanilla, that. If you want something a little dirty, this. During the day, just magic. Perroy Goldfawn. When I got the shower, kind of a phenomenal option for out the shower. Just featured in the video recently. Paris Corner's Trillium. Now this is a weak-ass performer. This is 3 hours of longevity at best, maybe 30 minutes of projection. Nose fatigue, I think, is a big issue with this one. I think it's probably not as weak as that, but it smells great. It smells like Elysium Parfum Cologne, just that much fresher. Almost if it was like an Eau Fraiche flanker. Atomizer's garbage. Oh, it smells so good. The grapefruit in this. It's so good. A little hint of some like zest to it. I don't even want to call it spice. A little zestiness. Soft woods, vetiver, soft woody vetiver kind of feel. Not complex. Just smells really freaking good. Great gym bag fragrance for those of you who like to wear something fresh and weak to the gym just to freshen up. That's the route I go when I wear something to the gym, which is rare these days, but I love it. Another one if you're looking for good performance. Oh God, this is run away from this fragrance. This is one of the weakest performers I have. Which realistically is like a 3 hour fragrance in longevity. Those that say 30 minutes and it's gone, I'm not saying a fragrance like that doesn't exist in the history of time. That's just not reality. There's no real 30-minute fragrances out there. This is one that somebody, I'm sure, has said that to me over the years about. No, that just might be 30 minutes of projection, then it sits close to the skin for you, but the life of it, I get about 3 hours, which is definitely on the weak side. But I still love it. I have function for it. Out the shower, Paris Corner's Trillium. Moving into Wednesday, we got a 1-2 combo here. That there's an argument for best smelling day of the week, but I'm going to reserve that for later in the week. This is from a company called Siren Fragrances. They recently reached out for one of my little rant videos about some ridiculous comment I made, which most people found funny. You know, F you, don't reproduce kind of thing. That video, for those of you familiar, they said, we love that. We'd love for you to check out our fragrances. So that's hilarious. This is Siren's Fragrances Black Caviar, Pour Homme. It's got the little faux caviar beads in the bottle. Nice touch. The only presentation complaint I have is this cheap garbage cap. But, great atomizer. It smells so familiar. I cannot place it on what I find it similar to. They've got quality ingredients here. It's a high quality smell. They're affordable, independent niche, basically. It's $95 for these 100 mls. They're blue fragrance, which opens up like shower gel fresh and dries into like a niche bulgari blue, kind of. The way the tobacco accords, kind of a tobacco blossom. But this is 72. I got that right here. I'm constantly pulling the cap on that one. That's my two favorites. This was my favorite of the three. And it's got this sensual, sweet amber, lightly smoked, woody kind of profile to it. And I can't pinpoint what date night fragrance this reminds me of. Like, I'm thinking Code Family, but not Code Family. I'm thinking Dolce & Gabbana the one, maybe a blend of the two. Maybe that's what I'm getting here, is a combination of Code and the one. This is amazing. Yeah, it's got a little bit of elegance to it. It leans a little more nighttime appropriate, but I wore it during the day. I like the sweet fragrances. What can I say? This is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Light and powdery as it dries and settles in. Just definitely worth checking out from the brand. During the day, Siren fragrances. We've got Black Caviar, Pour Homme. And then we got the shower. Why? I don't know. Kenzo Homme Indigo. An aquatic leather iris fragrance, and it's like a earthy, violety kind of smell the way the iris is. That's very woodsy. It's almost like an evolution of Kenzo Homme Intense meets a dash of Kenzo Homme EDP for that aquatic leather, and then you mix in this earthy floral. It's probably their best one. It's kind of the highlight reel, kind of like how Invictus Parfums, the highlight reel, a little bit of every Invictus is in that one bottle. A little bit of all the Kenzo Hommes are in this one bottle. This is kind of like the highlight reel of the bunch. If you like one of them, you kind of have all of them in this, like all the best of the accords. Plus, like I said, the iris here smells kind of violety more so than like makeup cosmetic. It's beautiful. It's stunning. It's a woody aquatic still at its core with a hint of leather. And this iris accord, it's just so freaking good. This is one of the best releases of the year as far as designers. This is really good. This is a very interesting fragrance. For what it is, it's actually super interesting. Why I chose it out the shower, I don't know. I was in the mood to smell like it, I guess. But out the shower, banger alert, Kenzo Homme Indigo. And moving into Thursday, we were traveling this day. The following day, this officially launched for me to do my review. I had been doing some test sprays, did a full wearing of the new Nitro Red Intensely from Dumont, and I wore this several more days. I also wore it again on Saturday. I wore it again on Sunday. There we go. I was wondering why it wasn't focusing. So they list more fruits here, but it still smells like watermelon. It smells a little bit more like a syrupy watermelon. It's not as fresh as Nitro Red. It's much more warm. It's got a hint more spice to it. It is superior, I feel, in every way to Nitro Red. Great sillage. Good Lord. Like, this was the day I got the compliment when we stopped at Buc-ee's in Alabama. She was asking about the necklace, and then she said, "Now, I don't know what you're wearing, but you smell incredible." And when I mentioned that the other day, somebody was like, "Ross, she was flirting with you." No, because her boyfriend wears Dylan Blue. We were having a cologne conversation after the fact because she loved how this smelled so much. So, no, she was not, sir. I forgot to mention that. She was not. It was just a great compliment. Very nice lady that enjoyed how this smelled. And I don't blame her. I love it, too. That night, we stayed in Louisiana for 2 days before we went to Mississippi. My mom and my stepdad fell in love with this. My stepdad bought a bottle that same night from Perfume Box. He bought a bottle, too. So to the gentleman that asked me about how youthful it is, or he heard somebody, which I'm sure it was Angel, I'm sure it was Kuba, because if you look at his thumbnail, it's a party fragrance. He's too old for this. No, guys, come on now. Stop putting age restrictions on fragrances. If it's fun-loving smell that you enjoy, who gives a shit? If you're 90 and want to wear this fragrance, who gives a shit? If you like it, wear it. No hate on Angel. I love Angel. That is my guy. I talk to him all the time. I gave him a hard time about it already. I was like, come on, man. You forgot to put "you're an old weak fuck." He said, "I think I put that in the video, actually." Because I messed with him when I saw the thumbnail. I was like, "You shitting on it for age?" He likes the fragrance, but he's too old for it, he said. My 64-year-old stepdad has a bottle en route. He loves it. And no, he does not dress like me. He dresses like most 64-year-old guys do, you know. So, because I know somebody will ask. You never know with the internet. You guys are wild sometimes. I don't mean the regular viewers. I mean the one-offs and the random bullshit on the internet. But this is really good, guys. This is so worth checking out. This is one of the. This is going to be, when the year's over, potential affordable release of the year candidate. Like, it might be the one. It's definitely an affordable release of the year candidate. I would say top 3 to top 5 at minimum. This is going to get a lot of hype. This is going to get a lot of love. It's redundant to the original, but it's better than the original in every way. It's a monster. It's a monster. I know the original was a monster. This is a monster in sillage more than anything else. And it warms up that fruity melon smell. They replaced the watermelon with melon and peach and apple and all those stuff. I think pineapple in there, but it still smells like watermelon, just richer. It smells less Jolly Rancher and more like, picture making a snowball, that sugared syrup, flavored syrup. Imagine the watermelon syrup. Because it's thicker. It's a lot thicker. So good. Warm, spicy, aquatic watermelon. During the day, nothing out the shower. Actually, I did wear like 3 more sprays out the shower. I wore it twice that day. Nitro Red intensely. Moving into Friday, this was day 2 in Louisiana. And I don't know why I wanted to wear it. I brought it with me. I've been spending a lot of time with it lately. The new Club de Nuit Intense Man Extrait de Parfum. Ended up doing a versus video with this and the limited edition Parfum, which I wore the following day. I did a refresher with the limited edition. And yeah, this smells just like the EDT, but crank up the oil concentration. I think this is the smokiest of them. They're all smoky. They're all smoky magic. I love calling them that, because it is. I got 2 compliments wearing this that day. Out and about doing a lot of stuff. And I got 2 compliments with this. The lemon isn't as harsh as the EDT because it's a richer oil concentration, so it smooths it out a little bit. But this is lemon, smoke, and musk is the main things I get. I get less fruitiness out of this aside from the lemon. But this is really good. If you love the original and you want a higher oil concentration version, better sillage, better longevity, maybe not as bright in the opening, still really strong projector, still a beast. The brightest is the original, though. That's the loudest one out of all of them. I would take this over the EDT 10 out of 10 times, though. It's that good, guys. Yeah. Totally worth it for 45 bucks during the day. And nothing out the shower. Club de Nuit Intense Man Extrait de Parfum. On Saturday, we went back to the well. I was in the mood to wear it again. We actually headed out to Mississippi to spend some time at the casinos. And Nitro Red Intensely was the weapon of choice. Did get a compliment from the cashier at the Nike checkout counter at the outlets. I thought that was hilarious. She said, I don't know which one of y'all it is, but somebody smells fruity and really good. I said that would be me, because Heidi was wearing something very floral and powdery. Not fruity at all. So it was definitely me. This stuff's just magnet. I'm telling you, magnet. I didn't get a dozen compliments, but I did get, like, in the couple of days I was wearing my scent of the day, I think 4 in total. Not counting my mother and my stepdad either. And of course my wife loves it. She was all for me wearing it. I smelled pretty over and over. She loves to tell me I smell pretty when she really likes fragrance on me. So freaking good. I'm telling you guys, look, there's no guarantees you're going to have the experiences or the approvals of your significant other the way I do with this fragrance, but I'm loving the shit out of it. It's really freaking good. During the day, Nitro Red Intensely. Then when I got out the shower, we went to dinner that night. Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. I do like the fruitiness a bit more. This is just as smoky as the Extrait. I find this is a little bit fruitier. The other fruits and citruses play more of a role in this one. It's not just lemon. I get more fruitiness out of this. I find the fruitiness is a little smoother overall. I still slightly, ever so slightly, prefer this to the Extrait, but I'm loving both. They're redundant as hell to have both of them, but this is more smoky lemon musk. This is more, varied fruits, smoke, woods, and musk. I get woodiness more so out of this one too. Super redundant. You don't need both. You really don't. But most of the time, if you got one, you'll get the other because that's just how it is in this hobby, right? Beautiful stuff, man. I've said so much over the years about this one. Still my favorite Armaf fragrance. Still my favorite Aventus-like fragrance. And in that battle video, between the two, I did a battle video. But the real question is, which one's closer to Aventus? Neither. And some people, oh no, I can't tell the difference. You're convincing yourself. I can tell a clear as day, night and day difference out in the air when somebody walks by between every Club de Nuit Intense Man and Aventus. I smelled both enough to where I can just, that is not Aventus. Smells great. Amazing. I wear these way more than I wear my bottle of Aventus. But if you're looking for Aventus, there's viewers in the comments section that'll help you with trying to smell like Aventus on a budget better than I can currently, because I'm going to tell you the answer you don't want to hear, and it's going to be save up, try Aventus, get a sample and try Aventus. And then if you're not excited about it, then let's talk further, because the real answer is, if you want to have the Aventus experience, guess what you need a bottle of? It's not any of the clones. If you want an almost experience, this is almost with some twists. This is almost with some twists. They're not direct. The Supremacy ones, all really good. The Collectors, not only intense. Silver, they're really good. They're almost, but they're not the same. And so on. And all the other brands people may mention in the comments, they're almost. And then they'll argue, no, this Parfum's vintage batch number 127, who gives a motherfuck.com. This one is, you can't tell a difference. You can't tell me there's a difference. That's good for you. I probably could. But that doesn't mean it doesn't smell good and you can't enjoy it. I just love the senseless arguing that we do. That's why I'm talking about all this, because, guys, I haven't been making as much content the last couple days, but I still read everything. And I see all the fuckery all the time still. That's why I'm addressing it here in the video today. I still see all the fuckery. People are wild. You just smell good and then go on with your day. This was the best smelling day of the week, by the way. This is why I saved that for the end, because, I mean, it's about $100 right here. Well spent. Compliments. Performance. Enjoyable as the wearer. The most important thing. Enjoyable for me to wear and smell on myself. That's the number one most important thing. Great performers. Attractive to others. Wildly versatile. Fun fragrances. A bit more serious than this, because this is more fruity fun. Best smelling day of the week. On Saturday during the day, Nitro Red Intensely, Out the Shower, Club de Nuit Limited Edition, Parfum. Well, that was this week's rotation, a little bit longer than usual because I had some tangential stuff to cover on here as well. If anything I had to say triggered you in some form or fashion, seek some sort of therapy. This was for entertainment purposes, though I mean every word I say at all times on camera. If you get offended, it's a reflection on you, not me. This is just me, and I'm just having a good old time, having fun, because most of my viewers quite enjoy my personality, and I sure appreciate you guys, because you all know who you are. Thank you for spending some of your Tuesday with me. If you're watching this the day it releases, if you're watching the future, thank you for spending some of whatever day it is with me. I sure appreciate it. I'll try to have links down below for everything. If you're interested in checking anything out, of course, you don't have to purchase anything to watch just my videos. I'm just glad you're here. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. Unless you got something stupid to say, then don't comment, because I'm just going to get rid of it. And I'll see you in the next one.